They're going to start off on defense on this map, which I wouldn't say it's too advantageous. I think offense, there's a lot of different things you can do as an offensive team.
Hey, round of applause for the team names being correct.
Yes, they got them correct.
That's going to help me very, very, very much.
So Chino, we see him with a sniper rifle. Rule of thumb, Revan says when you go on board with somebody, they have a sniper rifle, you stay on board with them.
Yeah, usually this is where you'll get those highlight type clips. So we'll watch here if Chino is able to get picked. He is going to switch over to the gold Remington. And so far they're playing it pretty patient, except who is that player that's wrapped around pretty much the entire way behind? See if we can get them highlighted.
He broke all the way through gate, and nobody from Curse even is looking that way, rotated back. I mean, this is a little bit confusing because kind of easy to hear that gate.
No, they heard it. They must have. Yeah, I would say there's two arrows are looking back that way, so they heard something. Just no one really was worried about rotate to try and deal with it. They just waited for him to spurt into an opening there. They do take him out. Chino able to get the next kill there on Enable. It's going to be a 2v3 right now. Chino and Slash are going to be last two alive against Machilla.
Right now, what Chino needs to do is he needs to get up in top red, which he's going to do exactly. And right now they need to play out of red. Red is the most important spot on this map to control.
Yep.
If he can get to the third floor, which he is right now, he can look out the back. He can look over the top as they plant the bomb. And they're going to be able to get this down, it looks like, and he's going to pick up a kill right there on Mochilla to make it a 2-on-2.
But his teammate is probably getting pushed right now. They do get it down, but he's in a world of trouble. He is in a 1v2. Both the players up and to his right. Gets one, but not able to get the last. That's going to be Tipsy, who does ultimately clean it up. He will get the defuse. Going to be a 1-0 lead here for Curse.
Yeah, that could have got a little dangerous, though. I mean, the Curse guys, they were lining up.
I
believe it was Burns and Tipsy right there.
I think he got a couple hit markers there on Tips as well, so not able to pull off the 1v2, but valiant effort there.
Oh, no, yeah. I mean, a great attempt from Slasher, right now. I mean, Curse, they have an opportunity to take momentum in this series, maybe, go up 2 rounds, search and destroy, gets the other team a little antsy, maybe trying some stuff they're not used to. Tipsy standing up, sitting back down.
Yeah, I don't know. He was messing with his cable again, so he's having some sort of issue with his Mix Amp or Astros right now that is leading to I guess, a little bit of an irritation because he is still playing, so it must not be bad enough to make him want to restart this, but he is going to continue. We'll stay on board with him and see if he can play through the frustrations. All 4 up for either side right now, and he's going to break through.
Right, and he's going to break through, and it looks like they're going to push into Owens, and we saw Justice. They pushed into Owens before. Nope. What I thought Justice did wrong, they took too much time, and they tried to push through the back. Nameless was watching it. What you can do when you get into Owens, maybe, is it forces the opposing team to rotate out of red because they have to at least respect the fact that you can go to B. But right now, Curse really doing nothing with this position.
Now they first 2 to get out were Machilla and Enable. Enable caught a grenade from Slasher there. Tipsy going to have the sub and Remington ready to go. They're going to have to try and make some plays. You see this is Chino who's sitting back of the B bomb site. He's going to have an engagement pretty soon. He was messing with his scopes and we'll get taken out there. So all of a sudden we do have a 2-on-2. Bomb is going to be able to get down. So that's going to need to be who? Tipsy that watches these rotations here as they come try to pick him off. And he does get one.
And he does get one. It's going to leave it all up to Miyagi against Tipsy and Burns in a 2-on-1 situation. He's going to be able to pick up one. And, right now, Tipsy versus Miyagi 1-on-1. Tipsy in pretty good position.
He's going to try to fake this here. He's going to push around the backside, but
so we ended up with I believe that was the bomb was glitched right there. So
okay. I did not realize that's what I thought he was going to be faking it there, but he wasn't actually able to do it. So he wasn't able to get the defuse. So that one, that's no fun. We were at a 1v1 there. There was Tips left last alive.
Tipsy was last alive against Miyagi. It looked like Miyagi might have had time to actually get
it. Yeah, see, I wasn't sure. I thought he was just kind of trying to fake it, bait it there as he was going to come around, but it looks like we did, unfortunately, for the first time so far this weekend, encounter the cursed glitch here.
Right, so Curse is still going to be up 2 rounds to 0. But, we're just going to back out, going to restart it. Everything's okay.
Well, that way, wasn't it 1-0? Noble Vanquish?
2, I believe.
Was it 2?
Oh,
okay, yeah.
Curse,
good, yeah, great job.
Good job.
Yeah. So we're waiting on the players here. Hopefully Tipsy can get his headset worked out here, and it looks like they're having a little bit of a team chat. But I believe when it happened, it would have been just Miyagi there versus Tipsy.
And, it looked like Miyagi had enough time to get on the bomb because it looked like Tipsy was like jumping down from
and he was going around the back way.
He wasn't going to check the bomb. He was going to go all the way around. He probably would have had time to ninja the fuse right there.
I think he may. But unfortunately, this is something,
Things
hopefully
do happen.
Hopefully not going to have to deal with it a lot. I know at least from a we dealt with it a lot more at G3. It seems to be happening less frequently now. But
yeah, no, this is the first I'm hearing of it.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Oh, here, write down these. Let's write down total kills so I don't
write
forget
down
this.
total kills. Good job, Maven.
Yeah, you know, every now and then I think of something incredibly wise. So what do we have? 6 kills
you are the wise
for
man.
Curse and 5. But how many did?
3, 3, and 1 would not be 6.
Oh, 7. Oh, God.
3 and 3.
7 kills for. No, I started
to write down the kills, write down the right amount.
So we have 5 here for Noble Vanquish, but I didn't see how many did Miyagi have before. Let's see if we can find out the total kills for Miyagi. Maybe somebody could tweet us. 1? You're going with 1? That's what you think he had? Okay.
So I mean, it's not what I think. I mean, you just look at the deaths from all the players on Curse.
God, you know, I'm just going to stop talking and let you do all the mathematics for now on, Mr. X. Thank you.
I mean.
So 7-6
Maybe I
lead.
should have added up the kills and deaths. Maybe that would have been the better approach to that.
I'm usually quite the mathematician, but whew,
right.
That was
following
tricky.
the steps of Golden Boy.
Yeah. Need to bust out my calculator on my cell phone.
Your TI-83.
To add up 3, 3, and 1.
To add up 3, 3, and 1. 3, 3, and 1 is not 6 if you're watching at home.
No, it is not. But all right, so it's going to be a 1-kill lead right now for Curse. We are going to be hopping back into this one. Let me get into it on mine as well.
Yeah, you're going to get back in, right? I'm loading the game up. I believe it's is it they're going to restart the round. I believe that's what's going to happen, right?
Yes, they should. I think they'll be restarting in a 1v1. So we'll see the players, unless they agree to do it
they're restarting
they're just going to play that entire round out again? Okay.
Yeah, I believe so.
And you said, what, it was 2-0 Curse?
Yeah, but it looks like now Miyagi has left the game, looking over to see what he's doing. Don't really know. So, you know, we're just going to wait for this one to set up. But, you know, Curse, 2-0 round count lead on this map. Now, they really need to put this away, Maven. They can't, you know, they probably would have thought that, okay, we're going to go up 3-0. Something like that happens. Is it, like, kind of ruin their morale in the booth, you know?
I don't know. I mean, as poorly as that first game went for Curse, I don't know, maybe a little bit of a pause here for them to chat is going to help turn it around a bit. Again, they did have the lead here in game 2.
Or, you know, I mean, it could go the other way, right? You know, you're starting to gain steam, you're starting to gain momentum, and then something like that happens, and it kind of ruins it a little bit. You know.
All right, and yeah, we are back here just waiting for them to get loaded up. I don't know if they're having a discussion with the refs right now just to figure out how this is going to be handled. I know at G3 at least, when we had like a 1v1 or 2v1 or whatever there was the air, they would end up just playing from whatever that was. But seeing it was a 1v1 and he may or may not have had the defuse, they might just be replaying the entire round.
It's kind of hard to replay that. You know, bombs down. 1v1, I mean, what are you going to do? Let Tipsy plant the bomb, then run away, and then, you know, play it from there? So I think you're going to really have to just restart the round.
They might just be replaying game 3. Oh, God, at least this time we did get the kills down. When that happened at G3, since, well, when Scott and I got booted out of it, and we had no idea how many kills. We didn't know what happened to that round because we couldn't see the screen.
We took care of that, though, here.
I had you here to do some math for me. Thanks, bud.
Scott was probably, you know, taking your mind other places. I kept you focused. You wrote everything down. Didn't add anything up correctly on either side, but you at least wrote some stuff down.
All right, Machilla there getting his hands warm, primed, ready to go. And we will be jumping in. Again, if you are just tuning in, it's 2-0 lead right now in game 2 for Curse. So this will be the 3rd round as we get started. Hopefully no more issues like that going forward.
Right, yeah, everyone should join the game. I mean, it looks like everybody from Noble VQ is ready. It looks like everybody from Curse is ready. So, no, we should be able to get right back into this.
All right, just a quick mention while we're getting loaded in here. Again, a big thank you to all the sponsors that help make this Elgato 20K possible. BinQ for these beautiful and luscious monitors. Honey Badger, Squid Grip, Scuff, Game On Snacks, Pro Kits, First Home Mortgage, DX Racer, and Console Kings. And finally, of course not least, Elgato Gaming. Huge supporters here of UMG and these events, and we are going to have this 3rd round underway.
Yeah, and you know, just cycling through the classes from Curse, they're all running subs, so I would pretty much say this is going to be some kind of fast plant or a push. It looks like we see tons of smokes. Burns is going to try and make his way into red. Mochilla already locking down a kill.
Oh, no, he was coming up the ladder there. He's going to get knifed or shot in the back any second. Or not. There it is. finally he does get taken out. One down for either side. Make that a 2v3. And everyone's dropping like flies. Mochila is going to be last alive right now against Chino and Miyagi.
Yeah.
Miyagi's going to be able to shoot him in the back and should be able to defuse this easily. So that is going to put them on the board. That will change this now to what, a 2-1 lead here.
Yeah, and you know, that's actually great positioning from Miyagi. You know, as soon as he realized that his team kind of gave up red control, Slasher was in red 3. He was able to stay alive a little bit longer, caused, you know, Mochila and the other player to focus on him. Able to stay alive, even though I don't even think he killed anybody. He's able to stay alive and let the other two players finish off those last
That was
two
so
kills.
tough for Burns. I mean, he got with all those smokes, he was able to jump across and get in the second story red and get control so easily. But the second he took his eyes off that ladder, I think it was what Slasher came up the back. Yeah, the timing of that. He gets shot in the back and everything falls apart there as they lose control of red.
Yeah, and it looks like, you know, there's going to be a strong push out of Curse on defense. You know, Chino able to spot that guy underneath the train. Amazing shots. He's going to close fire door, and it looks like he's going to be able to get this down pretty handily, maybe.
Yeah, and they've got good control of red right now. They're in a 4v2. Bombs down. This is looking very, very good for Noble VQ. We'll stay on board here with Chino as he's trying to defend this bomb plant.
Yeah, and you know, you see Mochila. He's going to try and make some kind of play at the front, but he's got to know there's a guy in top red. You know, top red, hardest position to play out of, you know, when you're last one alive, trying to get that guy out of there. And, you know, another round win from Noble VQ. And, you know, you got to think is, you know, Curse starting to fall apart a little bit.
Yeah, it's pretty clear who that break favorite is. VQ has come out strong here, able to tie this one up at 2-2. Again, if you are just tuning in, the first game did go to Noble Vanquish very, very handily. They rocked out there on Octane Dom. Complete control pretty much throughout, and now they're starting to come back in this game too.
Right, you know, right now I'm going to stay on with Mochila because he's the only one with any kills from this Curse team right now. And, you know, he's got an AR, but it looks like we're going to see some smoke out of this Noble VQ team as Burns goes down to Slasher already. And, you know, we haven't seen Curse get any of these first bloods really in any of these rounds since he came back.
Enabled, though, I think he was bottom beer, able to pick off Slasher at top red, but it's just going to be Enable and Tipsy in a 2v3. They've basically been first blooded down a man every game, but Tipsy's going to be able to tie this up. So 2 versus 2. Tipsy's mid-map weak, going to be getting his health back. They still have to get the plant. The bomb is down middle. I think it was Burns that dropped that during the very first push. And shots are out of Chino, able to pick off Tipsy. Tries for the wall bang through them, but as you can see via Oracle, nobody home.
Yeah, and you know, that was actually a great play from Chino, and I like the positioning out of Chino and Miyagi. You know, one player strictly over just watching B in that situation, the other player with great line of sight onto A if they were going to cross from red train. And, you know, obviously Chino actually was able to pick off that player crossing red train.
And he's trying, I thought he was going to check third story. He doesn't have a lot of time to work with. I mean, there's 20-ish seconds on the clock. There's a player so close to him, right by that bomb. He's got to try and get a snag and just go for A here. But as soon as he gets his plant down, it's going to be a 2v1. He's going to get swarmed.
Yeah, I mean, he's in a tough spot.
He's already in trouble.
Oh, and right now, I mean, just because of that challenge, he's not able to plant the bomb. And, you know, Noble Vanquish coming out hot here. Maybe no Chino 5-0, Miyagi 4-0. I mean, no, they're just really turning it on.
Yeah, this is nothing like those first couple of rounds, like you said. And, yeah, when you have 2 players for a combined 9-0, I mean, what did we have in the first game? I think it was, Classic, I think, started 9-0 on his way to 17.
17 kills, and they almost lost that game.
Yeah, they really did that. Went to round 11. But here we are, going to start off with Chino again, who is 5-0. He will be the bomb carrier as well. We'll see if we get aggressive defense again out of Curse or how they played out. Yeah,
and, you know, I like this play from Slasher. You know, one of the most effective ways to get into red is that 2-story jump. Break that fairly easily, but I would have liked to see one of his teammates push in underneath him and coordinate that timing.
And Chino is going to be very, very patient here. So far, at least on the reset, he has been the man of the match. There's what you can see in the Oracle. There's still 1 player second level red. There's 1 out in that far side lumber. They've got a lot to work with here, but it is going to be a 2v2, 50 seconds left.
Yeah, and you know, it's great actually just play from Curse. They're not actually getting too aggressive. They're just kind of holding this position that they know is very important. You know, right there, Chino able to put down some shots, not able to take him out, but his teammate Cinder is able to take out Enable, and it looks like they're going to be quick on this rotation.
Yeah, and Tipsy, weak, is going to be able to rotate out. He's going to have 2 players to deal with. Depending on the timing here, he might be able to get an easy kill on the bomb planter. Able to get 1. He does have that silencer as well, but he's going to get shot in the back there by Cinder. And just like that, it is now going to be a 4-2 advantage for Noble VQ.
Yeah, and you can see actually just in the booth from the Curse guys, the body line, they're just not very good right now. They're really going to need somebody to just come out and make a big play in this next round to really just get everybody going again.
No, like I said earlier, they just need like a vocal leader. Everyone just looks down. There's no one stepping up trying to get them fired up.
Yeah, they're really going to need somebody to step up. Barnes 0-4 right now. I mean, he had a very good Octane Dom, not having too good of a search and destroy. He's not even really carrying the bomb, but I don't agree with this single side red push right here. I mean, he's able to get a kill right there on Sender, but
usually you see the bait and switch.
Yeah, usually there's another guy there to help, but
somehow Burns miraculously able to get the kill. They are going to have a 3-2 advantage right now, but just as I say that, Tipsy will drop. Chino able to wall bang Burns as well. So this will be the second time we see Machilla last alive, and Chino whips it around, cleans him up with the nice two-piece there. And
they're pumped right now.
Since we had that reset, that is 5 in a row. Chino is out to 8-1.
Yeah, I mean, he is just pumped up. He's on fire. I mean, he was the player to watch on Octane Dom with his AR play. Search and destroy. I mean, he's just dominating right now at 8-1.
All right, and that'll be the halftime. So we're just going to have possibly one more round here out of these guys. And, yeah, I'd say just keep it with Chino. He's been the hot hand.
Yeah, he's been the hot hand. I mean, there's no reason to take it off.
Yep, and looks like they're going to work up the middle here. He's got Center. Actually, they're going to go underground, aren't they? Yes, so we are going to have – is that all three? Yes, all three will be pushing underground. One's going to be playing crate side. As you can see, they have one player right above them as they come out here. So he's going to hear the gate open. They're going to be able to pick up this kill. No, one will drop. Burns with that sniper. He is going to get taken out, though, so it's going to be a 3v3.
Right, and it's going to be interesting to see how Noble VQ is going to play this. 3-on-3 scenario. They're able to break gate. It's going to be interesting to see. You don't see anybody from, Curse rotating out. They have pretty much the option to go to either bomb site at this. And what do you think they should do right here in this situation?
Well, they feel kind of stuck right now. He might get picked from Red 3, but no, Miyagi's, I believe, able to clean up that player. So Tipsy and Machilla are the last two alive. Just from their movements now, well, you can see the bomb is going to be working toward B. Tipsy's going to try and rotate over. He's only got this pistol. He needs to get out of his sub, tries to go prone, and will get taken out by Slasher. God, after that reset, they just ripped off 6 straight.
Yeah, you can kind of tell after that, the mindset of, Curse maybe got in their head a little bit. You can see in the booth not really too talkative to each other. And you see, you go over to the Noble Vanquish side. Guys are pumped up. Chino's standing up, getting loud. Sender all smiles. I mean, just a dominating first 2 maps from Noble Vanquish.
Well, Blitz has been a particular game type that Curse has played really well. I think online the other day, I know it's online, but I think Enable dropped, a 25-2 game on Warhawk Blitz.
Yeah.
So they can certainly work well together on that. They played really well at Anaheim in that particular game type. I'm not going to mention G3 too much because I know they had the fill-in with Crow, so completely really different team chemistry for them. But
yeah, but it doesn't seem they've been able to regain their chemistry with him back. And, the third map is going to be Octane Blitz. And this is another scary one because, you have Chino who's on fire right now.
Yep.
And, his AR shot, if he can hold down those lanes, I mean, this could be a quick 3-0.
Yeah, so thank you for watching. We saw some, fantastic. Just blew him out of the water there with the 6 straight from Noble Vanquish. We're going to hop to a quick commercial break. When we come back, we will have Game 3, Octane Blitz.